I feel like we need one of those motivational episodes again. I'm not too sure if I want to do it this episode or if I want to formulate it a little bit better. But I feel like we need another motivational episode. The last one was episode 37, which I started off with a motivational spiel, so to speak. I feel like I might need one of those again. Not necessarily to motivate you guys, but to motivate myself because I lose touch. I lose touch sometimes. I'm being very honest, very transparent. I lose touch. I lose what's the word? I lose not trust, but I lose the drive sometimes. I lose the drive to keep going. But I made that promise to myself, 100 episodes, 100 simple life truths. This is episode 48 of 100 simple life truths, which means we are almost halfway done. We're almost halfway done. I told myself I was going to do 100 episodes this year, and I'm going to clean that up. I might, if I'm being honest, I could do the last 52 episodes in the month of September and be done. I could. If I stay dedicated, stay focused, and just put the work in. 90% of our battles is just showing up. 90% of our battles is just showing up. And this is why I say I need people in my life that are dedicated to their own personal goals, because once you're dedicated to your goals, and we may not align on what your goals are, I may have different goals, but as long as you have the same dedication to your goals as I have to my goals, we will be perfect. Perfect. Right now it is, I don't have my glasses on, so y'all understand, y'all know I might be a little blind. But right now it is September 1st. It is 2:34 p.m. 2:34 p.m. This is 100 Simple Life Truths. I am your host. Come in, sit down. This might be somewhat of a short. This one might be somewhat short. So we're just gonna get into it. You know how I do. I'm gonna ad lib. I'm gonna read. I think you know what I think I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do a top 5 books, a top 5 books for men for 2025. Top 5 books, and I kind of have those books already. So I might do somewhat of a book review. Yeah, I might do book reviews. This one is definitely on the list. This one is definitely on the list, and I got a couple others that I have downstairs in my library. I might do that right after this. I might just drop both of them Jones back to back. So yeah, episode 48. I'm about to get straight into it. I am going to get straight into it. And he goes, stuff happens in our lives. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so eager to just get to where I'm going that I just skipped over the complete title of the episode. 100 Simple Life Truths, episode 48. Which emotions are you feeling? Emotional intelligence is imperative to have as a man, as a human, as someone that wants to be better in life. To understand your emotions, where they're coming from, and how you deal with it is important. It's important. I wanted to say another word, but I couldn't think of it, so I just opted out and just said important. But it is important. 100% it's important to have emotional intelligence. Your emotional intelligence will get you in rooms and it will get you kicked out of rooms. You can't be, this is why I said in so many other episodes, you can't be so tied to the goal that you lose it when you don't reach it. You know what I mean? You have to be able to want the goal, want it, understand how to get it, understand your feelings towards it, and if you don't get it, you need to just accept that and reformulate and go and get it a different way. Because if you have a goal and you have one way of getting it and that one way doesn't work, your emotions will be all over the place and there'll be negative emotions towards the goal. Your emotions shouldn't be at the goal, it should be at your execution of getting the goal. And your emotions should never be, it should never be negative too long. It's okay to have negative emotions towards things, but how those emotions come out is the key. Having those emotions not necessarily stay within you, but have you recognize those emotions and deal with them internally and externally in the best way is the key. is the key. And sometimes emotional intelligence, it takes time to understand the emotions that you're going through. You may be angry. You gotta figure out why you're angry, and not just because, oh, I'm angry because I didn't get the promotion that I wanted. No, you're angry because you didn't get the promotion you wanted, and that affected the money you thought you was gonna get. The person that did get the promotion wasn't worthy of it. It's gonna, you know what I mean? It's not just the one item. It's several things that become affected. Several things become affected. Your pride might be hurt by that, by not getting a promotion you want. And this is just an example. This is just an example, but we all go through things in life that cause different emotions. Being able to understand those emotions is the key. Now, let's see what he's talking about, because he may not be talking about what I'm talking about. That's just my interpretation of the title. As y'all know, I read the title, I go over what I feel based on just the title, and then we delve deeper into the explanation, which comes from the book 100 Simple Life Truths. Let's go. Which emotions are you feeling? Some stuff happens in our lives, emotions can overwhelm us. And sometimes it's just not easy to appreciate the sunshine or the air in our lungs and everything else for that matter. Yes, like I said, your emotions, it's okay to have negative emotions, but don't let them consume you. And it is easier said than done to always find the positive in a negative situation. It is easier said than done. Wait, I can be a testament to that. I've been in negative situations, I've been in positive situations, and trying to get the positive out of everything, even down to the minute details. Like, yeah, I'm breathing, I'm alive, I didn't die. You know what I mean? Like, as long as you don't die, you can recover from anything. But in the moment, when you're living through that in the present, it's hard to just snap out and and control your emotions. It takes time. So give yourself grace. But as you're giving yourself grace, also you got to be somewhat hard on yourself to understand that don't let your emotions consume you, and don't let your emotions affect you further. Don't let your emotions consume you, and don't let your emotions affect you further. Sorry. He goes on to say, we all feel it, the heavy emotion that we think no one is understanding, the pain that wears a half-ass smile and has mastered the art of saying I'm fine, which is short for leave me alone. You wouldn't understand if I tried to explain it, and you probably wouldn't care either. Yes, I'm guilty of that. I've been in like complete depression, and people be like, "Yo, you good? How are you?" I'm fine. I'm cool. I'm chilling. But that's me avoiding. That's me avoiding verbalizing what's really going on, because 9 times out of 10 people are not gonna understand, or people really just don't care. But then, if you think about it, that is not that is more of a you problem, because you need to, like I said before, surround yourself with people that care. Surround yourself with people that understand you. You know what I mean? When the people around you are going through their own emotional situations and they're learning themselves, they can in turn bring that information to you, so you can better you can you can learn yourself better as well. So if the people around you are growing and you're growing, it shouldn't be no shame in admitting your flaws or admitting when you're in an emotional state. And when they ask you, are you okay? You know, it comes from a genuine place to where they actually care and they are invested in making sure that you actually are okay. And if they have the ability to help, they will help. If they don't have the ability to help, they will try and get, you the help that you need. As simple as that. It's all about the company you keep. The company you keep can make your life easier or harder, because it can. And we all know that. So he says accepting fear, confusion, anxiety, and whatever other unpleasantness simply means understanding that they're a part of us, no different from a toenail and a nose hair. The most extraordinary people feel these emotions too. They just choose not to feed them. Agreed. Feel the emotions 100%. Feel it. Feel it. Feel it. Feel it. Just don't let it consume you. Don't let it feed you. Don't harp on the negative feelings like, oh, you failed. Don't label yourself a failure. You're not a failure. You failed. You're not a failure. That's perfectly fine. You may feel heartbreaking. You're not heartbreak. You felt heartbreak. You don't tie yourself to the negative emotions. You can't really tie yourself to the happy emotions too, because you might be feeling emotionally happy, but happiness is fleeting. You know what I'm saying? So when something will happen in your life to take away the happiness, even if briefly, you need to be able to feel that, because then you become desensitized to things, and you need the positive to have the negative. You need the positive to have you need the negative to have the positive. So feel all emotions, just don't be so tied to them. Just don't be so tied to them. So don't feed them. Like he said, most extraordinary most extraordinary people feel these emotions too. They just choose not to feed them. When you feed those emotions, you become those emotions, because as the quote states, you are what you eat. And when you're eating, you're feeding. And if you're feeding the negative emotions, you are consuming. Don't be consumed by the negative emotions. Don't be consumed by any emotion, but don't be consumed more to the negative ones than the positive ones. You can feed your emotions regardless of how you're feeling at the moment. You can have some control in determining the direction of the spiral to follow. These emotions feed off of you, whether it's happiness or depression. They will feed off your energy until you're consumed by them. Which emotions do you want to be consumed by? That's the key. That's the part that he this is why the book is here, because I can say all of this stuff, but certain things click. I agree what he said. Which is why I was saying you can feed off of all emotions. Well, don't feed off of all emotions, but feed off of the ones that you want to be attached to. If you want to be a sad person, feed off of sadness, depression. You want to be depressed, feed on it. But you need to feel every emotion, and the ones that you want to be consumed by, you feed it. You feed it. If you want to be consumed by the happiness, feed it. But then understand that the meal may end. And once the meal ends, the plate becomes dirty. Once you can have a nice, beautiful meal, right? You have a nice, beautiful meal. Think of your favorite meal, the best restaurant you ever been to, the most high class restaurant you ever been to, or even a favorite meal your mom cooks. Think about it and picture it in front of your face. You consume it, you eat it, it's beautiful, it's great. But once it's done, the plate is dirty. The plate is dirty. Now you have to clean off that plate, and you have to put more food on the plate to consume temporarily. Simple as that. Which emotions do you want to be consumed by? What food do you want to eat? You want to eat nasty food all the time? Or do you want to eat the good food, enjoy it, clean up the plate, and get more good food? Or do you want to eat nasty food, not really enjoy it? It's going to take you a long time to eat it because you're picking at it. It doesn't taste good. You're upset that you're eating it. You have all these other negative emotions coming along with just the food being nasty. It still give you nutrition. It's still you're still learning from it. It still give you the nutrition. You know what I mean? You're still getting the calories out of it. You're still getting the protein, everything you need out of it. But it tastes nasty. And just because of the taste, you get more negative emotions. You get more negative emotions. Just keep coming. Just keep coming. So, and at the end of the day, the plate is still going to be dirty. Once you finish that meal, it might take you 2 hours to eat that food. That happened to me one time. I used to hate stuffing as a kid. I used to hate stuffing as a kid, and my mom used to always make me eat stuffing. I'm just like, bro, like I don't like it. Why you keep making me eat it? Which that's a whole other story within its own self. I don't I don't know what that just triggered in me, but yeah, she used to make me eat stuffing, and I hate stuffing still to this day, because I used to have to sit at the table until the stuffing was gone, and I'll sit there for 2 3 hours, and then she'll just be like, you know what, go to bed, and I'll be like, yep, going to bed, because I'm not eating that stuff. I'm not doing it. So at the end of the day, whatever you consume, the plate is still going to be dirty. You're going to get the nutrition from it, from the good meals and the bad meals. You're going to get the nutrition from it, which is the lessons. The nutrition is the lessons. It helps you grow. But do you want to enjoy the growth, or do you want to suffer through the growth? And at the end of the day, you have to clean off the plate. So what emotions do you want to feed off of? Some people ask me, why do I feel like this? Why does this happen? Why do other people say dot dot dot? The answer is I don't know. why most things happen. I don't really care. Instead, I make the effort to focus on what I want to happen and what I need to get there. Facts. Life happens to us all, and life happens to everyone. So, life is 90% what happens to you. No, it's 10% what happens to you and 90% how you deal with it. 10% what happens to you and 90% how you deal with it. If you're dealing with it in a negative way and you're not understanding that it's just a process, it's just a season, it's just a chapter, then you're going to be consumed by you're going to be consumed by the negative. And we need to not really care about what's going on, just understand how we're going to get through it. Understand what we're going to do to get through it, what outcome we want to see out of it, right? Because it's not over until we achieve it. It's not over until we achieve it. And you can't let the journey die before it's over. You can't let the journey die before it's over. You might run out of gas, but that's why there's so many gas stations in the world. You might run out of gas, like me right now. I'm fizzling out. I'm fizzling out. But there's gas stations in the world. There's things that can give you back the energy to proceed forward. You need to find those things, find the motivation, find the inspiration, and continue on to your path. Simple as that. Take the detour, enjoy the scenery. Like I said previously, enjoy the scenery, refuel, and keep going until you get there. And once you get there, you relax, you enjoy it, and you get back on the road because the journey is not over. He who says he can and he who says he can't are both right. If you say you can't do something, you're 100% right. You can't do it. If you say you can do it, you're 100% correct. You can do it. It might be an emotional roller coaster, but you have to control those emotional roller coasters because even a roller coaster is short-lived. That fear you got on a roller coaster is short-lived. Embrace it, understand it, and move forward. Move past it. It happened. Cool. Now you're stronger. Now you can get on that roller coaster and probably be stoic the whole ride because you already know every twist and turn that's going to happen on it. The last part, he says, appreciation and gratitude make great food for the belly of your happiness. Worry and regret do wonders for the chub of your depression. Decide what emotion you want to feed. This one was very well written. It was very well written, and it led to some very good discussions. I hope you guys learned something about yourselves in this episode on the emotions that you're probably feeling right now just watching this. The emotions you felt 20 minutes before watching this and the emotions you're going to feel when you turn this off. And understand the emotions you're going to have tomorrow, the emotions you're going to have two days in the future, and the emotions you're going to have 5 years in the future. The emotions of when you walk into work, the things that cause the negative emotions, like sit back and be like, okay, every time I come to this place, it's a negative emotion. Now I got to find a positive out of it. Every time I do this, it's a positive emotion. Now I need to come here more. Every time I do, you know what I mean? You got to understand how things in your world affect you and affect your emotions. And once you realize what is affecting your emotions in a positive way, what's affecting your emotions in a negative way, find a way to feed whichever side you want to be. Because some people just want to be negative people. And if that's what you want to do, fine. It has nothing to do with me. As long as you keep that energy away from me, we good. But I know me, I can take your negative energy and bring it into a positive. I've done that so many times. I feel like from episode 1 to right now, episode 49, 48, I've changed like so much. Like I used to feed off of negativity. Now people bring me negativity and I just flip it into a positive so fast. And I make a joke out of it and a lot of people are just like, they laugh and then they walk off. It's like, yeah, you tried. Like, don't bring that negativity to me. And now a lot of people call me Zen. My nickname is really Zen now, and it's crazy. It's crazy how people literally call me Zen. So yeah, figure out which emotions you want to live by. Figure out which emotions you want to feed. Figure out what the type of life that you want to live. Get goals, achieve those goals, get more goals, achieve those goals. Me right now, I got so many goals, and every day I get more and more goals, and I get more ways to achieve those goals. And sometimes I gotta change and formulate the process to getting those goals, but the goals will always be the same. Like this weekend, I had plans. I was supposed to be in DC this weekend. Things changed. I had to go to work. It is what it is. It is what it is. Am I mad about it? Yes. Am I affected by it emotionally? Yes. Am I feeding it? No. I'm still growing through it. It's like, all right, cool. I get them the next time. I still live vicariously through the people that I know that was at the events. You know what I mean? And that's perfectly fine by me, because when I go to work, I lock in. I come home, I lock in. I got school starting back tomorrow, and I'm gonna be locked in. And I know that everything that I'm doing is a sacrifice for my future. Now, could I have sacrifice going to work? And I didn't even have to go to work. It was asked to me, but it's part of the growth. It's part of the growth. You know what I mean? You gotta put yourself in places to achieve the things that you want. Could I have said no and went to the event? Of course, I could have been in DC still right now. Could have. But in order for my and both things is growth. Both things is growth. I could have went to DC and had a growth moment with the people that I was supposed to link out with out there, and the events that I was going to out there would have been beautiful. Or I could have stayed and advanced my career a little bit. Just a little bit, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I know that this what I'm doing right now for work isn't the end all goal, because I'm trying to move past it. But for the temporary growth that I need, I gotta do what I gotta do, and I gotta make those sacrifices. And a lot of people aren't ready to make those sacrifices. They want the enjoyment. They don't care about studying or locking in or giving up one weekend, giving up one weekend to go grind and get that money and go get what it is that they feel like they need and they want. Right? Me, I'm a sacrifice. I'm a sacrifice. Every single time I'm a sacrifice. And as long as it's not killing me, as long as I'm not dying from it, it will always come back. I can always make up for it. Always make up for it. With that being said, it's quote time. Of course, I'm gonna read my quote again, like I do at the end of every episode. I hope y'all like this episode. I love this episode actually. This one was pretty dope. This one was pretty dope. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys learn something about yourselves. I hope y'all are excited for the next 52 episodes, or 51 episodes technically. Yeah, 51 episodes technically. I hope y'all guys are excited, because I'm going to run through them. I ain't going to lie, I'm going to run through them. I'm going to run through them, and then I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do after this 100 episodes. Because I didn't think that far ahead. I'm going to be honest with you. I said I'm going to do 100 episodes, and then I'm going to figure out after that. But I need to start formulating the plan. I do have this other series that I want to work on, which I could have worked on today, but I decided to be lazy. I'm gonna be honest. I decided to be lazy. Now, it was supposed to rain, and it didn't rain, so that kind of messed up the whole plan. Because I was gonna have my camera, ready. Ready. It's the wrong lens, but I had this camera ready. I had this camera ready, and I was going to go shoot some stuff, some real dope stuff. But allegedly, it was supposed to rain, so oh, I had this camera as well. Forgot I had my 360. Had my 360. But yeah, it was supposed to rain, so I kind of just say, I'm gonna just chill in the crib. I'm gonna write a plan on how I'm gonna execute everything I want to do, because as you guys know, I'm trying to get back into traveling as much as I was before. And I came up with a plan on how to do it. I just need to utilize my cameras and my time. My time is my biggest asset right now. So we're gonna get into the quote, and I'm gonna let y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. I might shoot something else today. Depends on how I feel. Oh, matter of fact, I might do the book review. I might give y'all five books for 2025 that you guys need to read. So it says, as you guys know, you can say it with me. Your pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding. Your pain is the shell. No, your pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding, like an egg. You have to break the egg to enjoy it. You cannot eat the shell of the egg. It has to be broken. It has to be destroyed in order for whatever you're going. And eggs are so versatile. They're in a lot of things. Cake. They're in egg. Breakfast. You use French toast. You can make eggs are in pasta. Eggs are versatile. So in order to understand what you're gonna do with that egg and what you're gonna do with that knowledge, you have to break the shell, which is the pain, in order to enjoy. the fruits of your labor. Your pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding. It is the bitter potion by which the physician within you heals your sick self. Therefore, trust the physician and drink his remedy in silence and tranquility. Silence and tranquility. I think that's the best part. Just drink it. Don't make no noise. Take it in. Enjoy it. Don't enjoy it, but take the information in. Take the potion. Take the remedy rather, and get better. And get better. That's it. This is episode 48, 100 Simple Life Truths. I was your host. I hope y'all sat down. I hope y'all listening to this while y'all maybe in the shower, y'all working out, y'all getting ready for work, y'all driving, just a little motivation for your day. Just a little motivation for your day. With that being said, peace, like, comment, subscribe, give me some feedback. If y'all agree with what I said, disagree, I'm open to all discussions. And I want to do a live one day. Comment if y'all think I should do a live, and if I do a live, what day would be best for you to be able to view it. I want to have my people in there watching. Other than that, I'm out. Enjoy.